What's up everyone? This is Simon here with Titanflor. Today I'm going to cover all the things you need to know about raised floor. I'm gonna guide you through the jungle of raised floor features and terms to help you make an intelligent decision. Raised floor obviously is flooring which can be raised, can also be called as access floor. The most significant feature of raised floor is the whole flooring system is above the base ground, so there's enough room below for wiring, cables, and electrical supply. A complete raised floor system comprises like pedestals, stringers, screws, and panels. There are two primary applications of raised floors: office buildings and data centers. Usually we call the panels in office as office flooring. It is always with carpets on the panels. And we call the panels in data centers as anti-static flooring, with all kinds of anti-static coverings on top. We will talk about them later. There are also other applications like clean rooms, business centers, control rooms, and so on. Raised floors have different types of materials. The most popular type is steel cement raised floor. Top and bottom are powder epoxy steel. There are different colors of epoxy, and inside are filled with cement and some reinforced materials. Among all types of raised floors, steel cement type has the lowest price. It is also the most widely used all over the world. The other two types of raised floor are calcium sulphate panel and wood core panel. The primary raw materials of calcium sulphate panel are natural gypsum and plant fiber. Wood core panel is made of chipboard. The largest market for these two types of flooring is Europe, and the largest manufacturers are also there. But they are getting more and more popular in many other places, especially calcium sulphate panels. On the one hand, more and more calcium sulphate panel manufacturers set up in China. The price is getting cheaper. On the other hand, many properties of calcium sulphate panel are more superior. We will introduce this later. The last commonly used material is aluminum raised floor. Aluminum alloy ingots are die cast one time to form the floor. The surface is usually covered with a conductive PVC tile. Aluminum raised floors are mainly used in clean rooms of microelectronic industry, semiconductor industry, and so on. With the rapid development of global chip industry these 2 years, the demand for aluminum raised floor rise significantly. Load capacity is the most indicator of raised floor. The load capacity of steel cement raised floor is mainly determined by the thickness of top and bottom steel plates. Calcium sulphate panel and wood core panel is mainly determined by the inside board's thickness and quality. The density and the thickness of die-cast aluminum determine aluminum raised floor's load capacity. We can also judge with the weight of the whole panel. With different production processes, these several materials can be made as both office flooring and anti-static flooring. Next, I will introduce and compare each floor in details according to their applications. This is steel cement office flooring. We also call it a bare finish raised floor. There are 3 different sizes. One is 500 mm, thickness is 28 mm. This size is mainly used in China, Japan, Korea, and some Asia area. The other one is 600 mm. Thickness is 33 mm. Most areas in the world use this size. The last one is 610 mm. which is 24 inches. This is American standard size. This is calcium sulphate office flooring. We also call it encapsulated panel. There are two sizes, 500 and 600 mm. Thickness is 25 or 30 mm. This panel is a sandwich structure. The middle is calcium sulphate board. Top and bottom are galvanizing steel, and the steel are riveted at the four sides. Wood core encapsulated panels have the same appearance as calcium sulphate panels. Production processes and equipment are also the same. The only difference is the middle is chipboard. Wood core encapsulated panel we produce is 600 mm size and 30 mm thick. There are corner lock holes at the four corners of the panels, so office flooring only need pedestals to install. Put panels on the pedestals and fix them together with screws. Steel cement office flooring need two types of pedestals. Most areas are using this aluminum head pedestal. The aluminum head has a firm structure. Top has plastic gasket as a buffer. The body area is close to the wall. So panels here need to be cut, need to use this flat head pedestal. The cut side of the panel can be placed on the head directly. Generally, the ratio of aluminum head and flat head pedestal is 8:2. The pedestals of calcium sulphate and wood core encapsulated panel are the same. Pedestal top also has plastic gasket as a buffer. In the body area, remove the top gasket and put cut side on the panel. The raised height of office flooring is generally 100 to 300 mm, so just using pedestals is okay. But if the height is high, then need to use stringer to increase the system's stability. We also provide different accessories for office flooring, such as grommet, socket box. There are different sizes and materials. Generally, the panels can be cut on the construction site to fit these accessories. We can also pre-cut panels in our factory. Here is the last and the latest type of office flooring, which is GRC floor. The main materials of this floor is high-strength cement and fiber. The floor is formed at one time with high load capacity. GRC floor has few available specifications. There's only 500 mm size available. As there's no steel or coverings on top, it is also not as clean as other type of office flooring. But its price is low and subject to small fluctuation in raw material prices, while other floorings prices are influenced heavily by steel price. These are steel cement and static flooring. The bottom actually is a bare finish raised floor with a layer of anti-static covering on the surface. Four sides are PVC H trim as protection. There are mainly three kinds of anti-static coverings. This one is an anti-static HPL finish. Common thickness of HPL are 1.2 or 1.5 mm. HPL has excellent wear resistance. There are also various colors. As HPL price is cheap, it is the most widely used covering in data centers. This one is a conductive PVC finish. Common thickness are 2 or 3 mm. It has excellent electrical conductivity. Resistance can reach 10 to 4 to 10 to 6 ohms. Available colors are also various. Most clean rooms and electronic workshops are using this type of panel. The last one is an anti-static ceramic finish with an 8 to 10 mm thickness. As ceramic is not affected by temperature, it will not have crack problem like HPO. So it is becoming the first choice for large data centers. We also have various colors available. The main size of this anti-static flooring is 600 mm, and the thickness of coverings determine the whole panel thickness. These are calcium sulphate and wood core anti-static flooring. The calcium sulphate board thickness can be customized. Normal board thickness can be 28 to 33 mm. This one is a wood core flooring. There are two thicknesses of inside chipboard, 30 mm or 38 mm. The thicker the board thickness, the higher the load capacity. The production processes of these two flooring are the same. Galvanizing steel sheet is pasted on the bottom. The top is covered with anti-static flooring that are introduced in the steel cement anti-static flooring part, like HPL, PVC, ceramic. Four sides are protected with PVC H-trims. As data center cabinets are high density and high heat load, we always need perforated panel to achieve indoor ventilation requirements. The perforated panel used in data center are mainly steel material. There are different types. This type is stretched steel bottom, but the load capacity of this type is not high. This type is tube bottom type, and this one can reach very high load capacity. This type is grill bottom type, and this one can reach high ventilation rate. The ventilation rate of our perforated panel can be from 20% to 75%. The bottom can be installed with damper to adjust the ventilation rate in real time. Also, our perforated panel surface can accept different kinds of coverings, and the thickness can also be customized. They can be used together with all kinds of anti-static floorings, like steel flooring, like calcium sulphate flooring, like wood core flooring. No matter it is steel panel, calcium sulphate, or wood core panel, anti-static flooring cannot have corner lock holes, as there are coverings on top. Also, because anti-static flooring system height is generally high, both pedestals and stringers are required during installation. Different anti-static flooring require different pedestals and stringers. These are some popular specifications. There are also lots of other designs and specifications available. When the anti-static flooring height is high or the load capacity is heavy-duty pedestals are required. Bracing system can also be used together to increase the whole system's stability. We have introduced three kinds of floor materials: steel cement panel, calcium sulphate panel, and wood core panel. In addition to the anti-static coverings, they can also be covered with other type of coverings to meet different commercial usages. Popular coverings we use are ceramic tiles, homogeneous or heterogeneous vinyl flooring, wood core flooring, rubber flooring, and so on. These three materials can all be pasted with the same covering to achieve the same purpose. Then, which one should we choose? Okay, first of all, different materials are popular in different regions. Like wood core floor are mainly popular in Europe and the surrounding areas. Calcium sulphate floors are mainly popular in China, Europe, while steel cement floors are popular all over the world. Secondly, the characteristics of each floor material are different. The output of steel cement floor is the largest. Of course, the manufacturer's quantity is also the most. Its performance in all aspects is relatively average. It is also the most cost-effective type flooring. Calcium sulphate floor has high load capacity, excellent fire resistance, and the material can also be recycled, but the weight is the heaviest among all floors. For example, a 23mm anti-static type floor can reach 18 kilograms each piece, so the transportation cost is high. Wood core floor has not that good fire and moisture resistance, but the weight is the lightest among all raised floors, only half of calcium sulphate floor. Cleanroom flooring here mainly refers to aluminum raised floor. There are several different types of aluminum floor. This one is solid panel. It is a standard type of aluminum floor. It has light weight and extremely high load capacity. The surface is generally covered with conductive PVC finish. The whole panel can reach Class 1 cleanroom level. This one is perforated panel. Perforated panel is reprocessed on the solid panel. The ventilation rate ranges from 17% to 43%. It is usually used together with solid panel. This one is grating panel. Grating panel can achieve a large ventilation rate up to 55%. There is no coverings on top, but the surface can be coated with conductive epoxy or nickel chromium to achieve anti-static function. The last one is window panel. Window panel is also reprocessed on solid panel. It is convenient to monitor and check the situation under the floor. The window material is high-strength acrylic. Aluminum raised floors have two types of pedestals and stringers. One is steel material, and the other is aluminum material. These are some popular specifications. As cleanrooms are always high grade, there are heavy equipment placed on the floor. The specifications for pedestals and stringers are also very high. In some cases, pipes or large equipment are placed under the floor. Then, large span beam system can be used. The maximum span can reach 2.4 meters. I already completed all my introduction. So, till now, do you have a better understanding about raised floors? Do you know how to choose a raised floor? If still not, don't worry. You can also view other videos on our channel to learn more about production processes, installation methods, quality inspections, engineering cases, or you can contact us directly for more consulting. Thank you for watching.